Hello, we're Prime Readers, and today I'm going to talk to you about our curriculum and what makes our academy different than the others. First, I'm going to talk to you the 4 elements that we practice compared to the U.S. elementary education program. The first one is that we use various textbook experience, including fiction and nonfiction, so the student can develop their comprehension and thinking skills. The next one will be grammar. Here, mainly center in their writing. Number 3 will be writing. Here they can practice synthesizing thinking abilities, expressing opinions by writing. And number 4 will be presentation. Here they can practice synthesizing thinking abilities and expressing opinions orally. On the next slide, we have a small comparison between our levels, US textbook and Korean textbook levels. For example, our first level, that is independent reader, it's comparable to a first and second grade in the US. Our second level, rising readers, it's comparable to a third grade in the US and a middle school first grade in Korea. Our next level is super readers. This level is comparable to a fourth grade in the US and a second grade of middle school in Korea. Our next level is advanced readers. This level is comparable to a fifth grade in the US and a middle third grade in Korea. And our last level is start and classic reader. It's comparable to a sixth grade of elementary school in the US and a high school first and second grade in Korea. On the next slide, we can see the US elementary school level English roadmap and our levels. The elementary school lower graders, including first, second, third, and fourth grade, where they see various English reading and debates, and they practice grammar and writing lessons, it's equivalent to our independent rising and super reader levels. And for the higher graders, including fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, where they practice accuracy of vocabulary, grammar, and writing extensions, it's equivalent to our super advanced, start, and classic reader levels. Now, I'm going to walk you through our level test process. The first thing that the students need to do is to take the STAR reading test. Now, here we measure the reading, comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Now, those students who get higher than 2.0 at STAR reading test, they need to take a second test. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the STAR reading assessment. This is a comprehensive examination that tests the students' knowledge of reading and language to know exactly where the students are and where they're ready to learn. Now, about the second level test that we previously talked, we have 3 different levels. The first one is for elementary school students, where they can find articles of this level. The second one is the intermediate level, where they can find articles. And the last one is the advanced level, where they can find articles and readings for high school level students. Now I'm going to talk to you about the second program of the Renaissance platform. It is called Accelerator Reader. Here, the students have to do engaging quizzes and activities to help them practice and improve their reading skills and encourage them to grow. Every time that a student finish reading a book, they have to take the SR quiz right after to test their comprehension skills.
I'll introduce the levels at Prime Reader, starting with the first one, Independent Reader. Kids come here, they read and listen to the book 3 times on their own. They take the book quiz. Actually, those who are at higher levels take the quiz. Then they read the book with the teacher, write the book report, sometimes on their own, sometimes independently based on their needs. And then they get the checkup, study, practice vocabulary from the storybooks and vocabulary from the textbook called Basic 500 Vocabulary, which I'll show you in a minute. And then they read the second book and take the book quiz. So this is a sample book report. They write the book title and author, they introduce the main character, they describe the main character, and then they write sentences. They make sentences with the key words from the story. And and the number of vocabulary covered at this level is usually from 1,500 to 2,000. This is a sample book report that we checked up that you can refer to. This is the basic 500 vocabulary book. So usually each day they practice 5 words from this book. The aims at this level, we aim to improve their reading skills through phonics books, increase vocabulary knowledge through reading and vocabulary books. We aim to develop thinking skills in line with writing skills through the book reports, and we aim to improve their listening and speaking skills. Our target students are kids having difficulty in phonics and spelling of the words, the ones who have difficulty in making sentences on their own, and kids whose listening and speaking skills need to be improved. The next level is rising reader. Similar to the previous level, they read the book and listen to the book on their own. They take the book quiz, read some of the book with the teacher at this level because the books are thicker. Yeah, the rest of it is pretty much similar, but at this level, instead of writing book report, sometimes actually the second and the fourth week of each month they study grammar, or they do nonfiction, some other additional materials which I'll show you in a minute. The rest of it is the same. This is a sample book report, so they practice vocabulary and 7 words actually this time. They answer questions like where or when the story happened, addition to the first book report. This is a sample book report that we checked up here for you to have an idea. Here we introduced them additional materials at this level. So we have this workbook and they practice some expressions or phrases. They unscramble sentences. They practice making sentences as well. This is the basic vocabulary book that they study at this level. This one, when they don't do book report, they study grammar, and we encourage them to apply the grammar subject on their book report. And we have Look, Think, Write textbook where they will look at the picture and apply the learned grammar on their writing. At this level, our aim is to improve reading skills by rereading the parts of the book that they couldn't understand with the teacher. They will improve writing skills by practicing basic sentence extension with the help of prepositions, adjectives, conjunctions, adverbs, etc. We will introduce grammar so that they can apply the learned grammar into their writing. They will improve listening and speaking skills by having the class in English. So our target students are kids having difficulty in reading, identifying the details in the stories, kids whose sentences are simple or problematic grammatically, kids whose listening and speaking skills need to be improved, the ones in need to improve their grammar. The next level is super reader. Here the steps are the same as rising reader. Here we usually don't read the book with the kids, but if we feel like they haven't comprehended the book much, we might read a few pages and ask questions to make sure that they comprehended the book. This is a sample book report again. Here this time they make sentences with each keyword from the story. This time on the book report they make full sentences, so they pretty much answer the same questions as the previous level, but this time we encourage them to make full sentences. At this level, the number of vocabulary that they cover is usually from 6,000 to 6,600. This is a sample book report that we checked out here. The additional materials are the same with the previous level. They've got this workbook and sentence drills activity book. Their vocabulary is called intermediate level vocabulary, so these are higher levels of vocabulary that they study. At this level, they also learn grammar, and when they apply the learned grammar on their writing, this time they do it with free writing. So they have some questions and they answer to the questions students, they write an essay by applying the learned grammar. Our aim is to improve their vocabulary knowledge, to increase reading comprehension, and increase analytical skills through the 5W1H method. They practice the application of the learned grammar and sentence extension by reducing grammatical mistakes, improve skills through the discussion regarding the reading books. Our target students are kids whose reading skills are stalled, and the ones making a lot of grammatical mistakes, or the ones writing short sentences, and the ones that need to improve speaking and thinking abilities. The next level is the advanced reader. At this level, they do again the same things that they do at the previous level, but at this level, usually they read only one book. As the books are very thick at this level, they are usually chaptered books. They only read one book. This is a sample book report. The first part is the same. They make sentences with the keywords, and on the book report, they summarize the book. This is one of the templates. So they summarize the beginning, middle, and end of the story. They give their opinion on the books. This is a sample book report again that we checked up. At this level, they cover 9,000 to 9,900. Additional materials are the same, but the difficulty level is increased this time. And the vocabulary, again, they study intermediate level vocabulary. Grammar materials are pretty much the same. They do free writing. Our aim is to increase their reading comprehension in depth through vocabulary and extended sentences. They will practice basic essay writing, topic maintenance, and make inferences through the use of high-level grammar and vocabulary. And they will improve speaking skills through the discussions about the books. Our target students are kids to increase reading skills of the chapter books, those whose writing skills are stalled or weak compared to their reading and speaking skills, and the ones to improve thinking abilities and essay skills, actually academic essay skills, and kids who are willing to discuss the book events. Next level is star and classic reader. Actually, we don't have any classic reader at the moment, but we have star reader, so we'll cover these two together. And what they do is the same as advanced readers. But this time they practice advanced vocabulary. So let me show you the sample book report. The vocabulary list part is the same. They make sentences with the keywords, and on the book report they introduce the characters, they talk about the plot of the story, and they give their opinion. And they cover around more than 10,000 words this time. This is a sample again, sample book report that we checked out here. As in terms of additional materials this time, the level of the book is higher this time. We introduced the book called Grammar Zone, and for additional vocabulary we have advanced vocabulary book this time, and they study the words daily. So each day the number of the vocabulary that they need to study is set up, and they answer to apply the grammar, they answer to the questions, and they write argumentative essay usually. Our aim is to improve their reading skills through fiction or non-fiction chaptered books. They discuss the flow of events and central idea in the books. They practice to write the events sequentially and structurally. They will improve creativity and logical reasoning through academic essay. They will extend sentences through the grammar books. And our target students are kids to improve their English fluency, the ones to learn academic essay writing, and the ones to improve their creativity and logical reasoning. That's it for the levels at Prime Readers.